Hello everyone, my name is Mark Johnson and we are the Asset Layout Generator Group. Today I will be briefly going over our presentation on the layout generator for our capstone project. First, let's meet the team. Our team is comprised of 4 members including Brandon Hucks, Dwayne Wright, Theo Vilshava, and myself. Our client Asset is a startup company founded in 2009 and is led by Dr. Benjamin Davis, CEO. Asset originated as the result of years of research into automatic detection of human falls. The company plans to prevent elderly falls and improve lives through intelligent infrastructure for nursing homes and other assisted living facilities. Our project addressed several key challenges. First, creating generated layouts tailored for nursing homes to support fall detection analysis. Second, considering structural requirements for installation, which influenced our designs. Third, developing custom layouts for each client site to meet their specific needs. And finally, improving workflow by helping researchers manage all their work efficiently in one centralized space. Before our improvements to the layout generator, users could only upload Excel, CSV, or JSON files. Now they can directly input measurements, customize layouts visually on the Canvas page, and preview everything in one place, making the process much faster and more flexible. Also, before our improvements to the layout generator, the layout library only allowed users to store layouts with no real organization. Now we've implemented a nested folder system so users can organize and access layout files much more efficiently. We also added a drop-down menu that lets users quickly perform actions such as editing, renaming, downloading, or deleting layouts. Our technologies used included Django, our Python web framework, pipenv, our packet manager and virtual environment, SQLite, our database, HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap, our front-end development, JavaScript and Python, our scripting languages, and Railway for deployment. Django and SQLite both integrated well, allowing us to make updates quickly in our project. Our front-end development tools and JavaScript also worked well together to allow us to create an interactive front-end for our web app. Although there weren't any technologies in particular that we used that didn't work, there was a steep learning curve using Railway as our deployment tool. Now I will turn it over for the first part of our demo video.
Hello, my name is Theo Vilhava, and I'll be showing you a demonstration of the measurement page of the layout generation app. So I will be showing you how a research engineer would be using our app for day-to-day basis during measurements. So once they are ready to start measuring, we just click this or the one button on the top, and it will lead us to the measure page where we input all of our information for our layout generation. Let's say we are recording or measuring the living room space of the assisted living facility of one of our clients. Here we can put in the layout name, which is living room, and then all the rest of the information such as the neighborhood, building, room name, date, the step, which is just the increments of the X and Y axis, as well as the file orientation. Since we are dealing with a pretty small space such as a living room, we could just keep it for portraits now. Now that we have input all the general information of the layout, we can go and move on to the measurement input, which is all the walls and all the furniture and stuff. I had one of our research assistants, Adam, measure all of the walls while we were doing the general information. So we have all that information. So now all we gotta do is type it in. Now that we have entered all of our wall information, let's go click on refresh to see our progress. Looks like we're getting along pretty well, so we're going to go ahead and add in the doors, sensors, as well as the room navigation cameras. I just finished putting in the sensor cameras and the room navigation arrow. So now let's click refresh, see what it looks like. As you can see, it fills in pretty nicely. There seems to be no errors. So now let's go ahead and add in the furniture, and let's click refresh, see what that looks like. As you can see, the label of the ottoman clashes with the outline of the furniture. So to fix that, all we gotta do is click 0.75, scale it down, click refresh, see if that fixes it here. Now you can see that it fits more within the walls, and if we zoom in, it doesn't clash with it. So that is perfect. So once we confirm that all of our information is correct in this page right here, all we gotta do is just click the save layout, and it would redirect us to this export page where we could download a PDF, a text file, CSV, a JSON, or just a zip file of all of these, which are related to the layout itself. If we want to change the name, we could just click this and update the name here and save. Or if we see that there's an error on the actual layout right now, we go ahead and click edit styles, edit measures, and say that the sensors or the calibration point or sensor is incorrect. It's not supposed to be there. I just click this X button right here and remove that. Confirm that it's removed by clicking the refresh button. See that it's been removed, and let's just press save. And as you can see, it's gone from the page itself. So that is the measurement page functionality.
Hello, my name is Dwayne Wright, and I'll be walking you through the newly created Canvas page. This is where the users can drag, drop, and draw their layouts visually. To give some background to the issue at hand, Assets activities include the creation of essential layouts of buildings and rooms of installation sites. These layouts show details about the installation and its surroundings, including calibration points, sensors, cameras, and furniture items. Right now, creating the layouts is a manual process which can become extremely tedious and time-consuming, especially when small changes can require tons of redrawing and recalculations. Our solution to this is our Canvas page, where a user can input layout's general information, such as the layout name, neighborhood, building, and room name. And once asset is inside of the room that they want to sketch out, they can draw the perimeter with walls and even define direction or flows of traffic with arrows. They can drag and drop calibration points, sensors, cameras, and even furniture items. The user can select this button here to toggle between selection and drawing. If they select an item, such as a line or an arrow, they can drag the endpoint to rotate the line. If they select an object, they can drag the corners to make the object bigger or smaller. And they can also, for any object or line, they can adjust the X and Y coordinates. The rotation, the length, the descriptor, and even the color. And we'll change the color for the camera here to be the default color. Calibration points here to be the default color as well. And the sensor to be the default color. And when the user feels that they have created their canvas to their liking, they can go ahead and click Save Layout, which will convert the drawing into an actual layout, sending it to the layout library. And once this is done, we'll go to the layout library to see that everything we drew is right there. And we can go to Edit Measurements page to see that all of the measurements have populated, and we can make changes and edits as we see fit for future use.
My name is Brennan Hux. Welcome to the Layout Library. This page houses all of a user's uploaded, created, or drawn layouts. This year, we have enhanced the Layout Library by introducing a new directory system, giving users more flexibility to organize their layouts. We have also added new features that allow users to perform a variety of actions on their stored layouts. Let's dive into those new features. If I want to edit either the characteristics of the components within a layout or adjust some layout measurements directly, I can use the Edit drop-down option. Here we can edit the characteristics of the components of the layout. Moving over to the Edit Measurements tab, we can edit the layout measurements directly. Moving back over to the Layout Library page, let's say Dr. Davis has asked for the Excel and JSON formatted data for the layout of the room 80A at Forest Lake Manor. I can easily send him these files by using the Download option in the dropdown. This will generate a zip file containing the PDF, LaTeX, Excel, CSV, and JSON files for the selected layout. I actually noticed I had a typo in the layout name for the Forest Lake Manor lobby. Let's fix that by using the Rename option. Here we can see that the layout name has changed and we have gotten a success message. Recently, I finished 2 new layouts for the Forest Lake Manor community. To keep everything organized, I'll create a new folder to store them. Selecting the New dropdown, selecting Folder, let's just name it FLM for Forest Lake Manor. Next, I'll move the 2 layouts into the new folder. To make this process easier, I'll first filter the library to only show layouts related to Forest Lake Manor. We can type in FLM in the layout. Clicking Search will now filter the page. Here we have the 2 layouts with FLM in the layout name. Now let's move those into the folder. We'll select the Move dropdown, use the next dropdown and find FLM, click Move. We can see that that's now in FLM. Let's move the other one in there now. Now we have both of those layouts successfully moved into the FLM folder. I now want to review all the changes that I've made to the FLM lobby layout. I can use the History option. Here we can see a detailed view of all the changes made and when and by who. I actually don't want the FLM 80A layout anymore, so let's delete it. Selecting the dropdown, delete, and confirm that deletion. If we go back into FLM, we can see that that layout is gone. As we wrap up our web application demo, I would like to do some cleaning up. Therefore, let's delete all layouts in my layout library using the Delete All Layouts button. Again, let's confirm that deletion. And all of my layouts are now gone. That concludes our demo. We appreciate you all for watching and learning more about our web application.